Morning, all. All right, so we're going to talk about last night's games. Tonight's games are on this side of the board. I already previewed those on Friday, so I'm not worried about that right now. But yeah, we had a bunch of games yesterday. I already reviewed two of the matinee games in the video yesterday, which was Pittsburgh, Buffalo, and Philadelphia and Boston. So let's talk about last night's games. And yes, the Panic Index faces on the board. We will talk about it once we get to the last game from last night. So one matinee game that I was not able to watch yesterday was Carolina beating Florida 4-3. Tierney had 2 assists for the Florida Panthers. Knight was the much busier of the two goaltenders. He saved 43 out of 47 as he played the whole game. Brent Burns had 2 goals for Carolina. Jacob Slavin had 2 assists. Freddie Anderson only faced 10 shots in the entire game. So I haven't heard anything about panic out of Florida yet, and yet Florida's preseason has been mediocre. Montreal in against the Ottawa Senators. Ottawa beat them 5-4 in overtime. Barron with a goal and an assist for Montreal. And honestly, he's been a real bright spot for them. For Montreal, it's not about the wins and losses. It's about how well the kids play. Barron would be one of them. And how well everything advances for guys like Slavkovsky, whether that's in Laval, wherever that ends up being. Probably not in Montreal to start the season. Primo with 29 saves on 34 shots. I would expect he gets sent down to Laval over the next few days. On the Ottawa side of things, DeBrincat had 2 goals, including the overtime winner at the 59-second mark. Pinto with 2 goals and an assist, so get that Pinto hype ready. And Sogard saved 11 out of 14 in the portion of the game that he played. So overall, pretty good story for Ottawa in the preseason. We'll see whether or not it rolls over to the regular. Washington and against Columbus. Columbus won that one 2-1 over the Washington Capitals. So on the Washington side, Protas had the goal for them, and Lindgren saved 18 out of 20 for the Caps. On the Columbus side, Corrali with 2 assists, and Merzlikins saved 34 out of 35 for the Columbus Blue Jackets. So pretty good game for Elvis there. Dallas beats St. Louis 5-2 on the Dallas side. Butcher with 3 assists as he tries to earn his way onto the roster. Marchment with a goal and an assist as he continues to do his best to hold up the offensive side of things. Doing quite well justifying that contract so far, but it's preseason. And Ottinger saved 15 out of 17. On the St. Louis side, Logan Brown had one of their goals, and Hofer saved 22 out of 27. I would expect he gets sent down over the next couple of days as well. Edmonton beat Winnipeg in a shootout. Exciting game. I watched parts of this one. Demers had a goal for Edmonton. Skinner saved 33 out of 35. He was spectacular. Heinola had 2 assists for the Jets. It looks like he's going to make the team. Hellebuck, 25 saves on 27 shots. So both goaltenders played well, but Skinner had some spectacular saves in what I saw. And of course, they also unveiled the Dale Hawerchuk statue. So I'll be talking about that in the news video later on today. But yeah, quite the game. Fun game. Didn't feel like a preseason game. And Winnipeg wearing their heritage jerseys was a nice touch as well. Detroit beats Chicago 3-0. That was a shutout, I should say, of course, for Nedeljkovic and Kosa. 7 saves for Kosa, 14 saves for Nedeljkovic. Vrana had a goal and an assist. Raymond had a goal and 2 assists. Stalock had a great game going, and then the dam burst. 32 saves on 35 shots for Stalock as he tries to earn his spot in the top 2. And yeah, so we'll see how things go for Chicago from here and again for Detroit as well. So Vancouver and Seattle. So you'll notice the panic index face there next to Vancouver. And I get it. I get the concern because Vancouver's winless and they lose 4-0 in Seattle. JT Miller was a -4. I think that really says all that needs to be said, though, JT Miller being a -4. One thing I saw in the game that I went to against Seattle the other night was the effort was great that first period, and then it sort of fell off. Now, not being able to play a full 60 minutes is one thing, but they were abysmal in the portions of the game I watched last night. Like, you would have thought that Vancouver was the expansion team and Seattle was the team of veteran. Demko saved 22 out of 25 for Vancouver. On the Seattle side, Yanni Gourde with 2 goals and an assist, Wenberg with a goal and 2 assists, and Grubauer saved all 17 shots for the shutout. But again, it's preseason, so I would much rather than looking at it from a panicked point of view of, oh no, Vancouver's not gelling, I look at it from a point of view of, it's okay, they haven't had the full roster together yet, it's preseason, these games don't mean anything, and the problem is, to me, personally, looking at it on TV, and as I said in the game I was watching, they were playing like the games weren't important. like this is preseason. That intensity you're looking for late in the game really wasn't there from them. And so, again, it is tough to flip the switch when the regular season rolls around, but some teams can do it. So I do think there's too much being made of the preseason, and I think that while it's important that you have your team on a bit of a roll, I also think it's important to remember these are exhibition games. The slate gets wiped clean, and within a week and a half, then we're playing those regular season games. And even if a team has a slow first week and a half, even 2 weeks, it doesn't necessarily mean their season's done. We saw that, and I've mentioned this before with Colorado last year, where they had a bit of a rough start. Season turned out pretty well for them. I am not saying Vancouver's going to be Colorado. Not predicting any kind of Stanley Cup or anything, but I do think too much is being made of the preseason in this market. But that's how you know when you're in a Canadian market is when the preseason's rolling and people are like, oh no, what's happening? Oh my gosh, we're done, we're finished. I haven't even played a game yet that's mattered. But hey, there you go. Let me know your thoughts. As always, in the comment section below, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video. And hey, thank you guys so much for watching. I never thought I'd see the day that I did sort of a panic index type face for the preseason, but here we are. I won't be doing a panic index though before the season gets started because I think that's a little bit premature, isn't it? You guys let me know in the comment section below if you think a panic index before the season's a little premature, because to me it sounds like it should be. But let me know your thoughts. Hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video. And hey, I will talk to you again soon.